Good morning. How are we? You're bright and early. So, you want to see an office for £112 a month to see what you can get? Come on, come with me. This is my first ever office. In the past, I've always worked from home. I own and operate a small business called Murgs. We sell CrossFit and weightlifting equipment, and I've worked from home for about 3 years. I've had this office now for maybe 2 months, and it might be the single biggest change, the single biggest productivity improvement to my business, full stop. This has changed everything into how I work and operate. Previously, I'd be at home. I've got twin girls that are age 3. It's chaos. It is absolutely chaos. So to just be out the house and somewhere else makes a massive difference. So let me show you around. So to be honest, this is where I spend most of my time. Sat here at a computer. I don't even have 2 monitors. I used to in the past. But when moving out of home and moving into here, I just don't feel like I miss it. I'm not doing that many tasks simultaneously. I have to really focus on just one at once. Other than that, there's some bits and bats. Internet. This is a good one. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I use that I would recommend highly. The internet is by 3. You buy the router, I think it's £25 a month, £23 a month, and it's just got a SIM card in. When I got this office, I tried wiring in an internet line and everybody wanted so much money. And 3 were like, try this. And at first I was a little skeptical. Turns out it's fantastic. It might be the single best piece of equipment in here. So it's incredibly useful. So yeah, other than a few normal bits and, you know, the odd connector and hard drive and a load of SD cards, other than that, there's not really much going on. It's not some sort of crazy setup. It's nothing exotic and fancy. Honestly, it's the most basic thing. So from where I'm sat, that's what I see. And then you turn around and this is what you don't see. We've got some sound deadening boards down here. I like plants, right? Plants are fantastic. I don't know why I think plants are so great. I just like a bit of greenery to brighten up the room. It really helps. This, however, is all the other side of the room. I am a massive fan of 3D printing. I am. I absolutely love it. And I just find it's so useful when you just need to make something to solve a problem. I mean, just a quick example. We've made this for a little power bank, just so it can clip onto there. So that's dead useful. That to pop hard drives in, because I was sick of them just rolling around. So that helps. That as well, a nice little piece for, you know, putting SD cards and all that sort of fun stuff. I really like 3D printing. I think 3D printing is amazing. The amount of things that I've made after having a problem that I needed solving is just hilarious. This is one of the best things I've ever bought. It cost about £160. The Bamboo Lab A1 Mini is outstanding. Don't get me wrong, there's times where I think, I just need more space, because you only get that. It's like 18 by 18 centimetres. But at the same time, I'll be honest, I'm not printing anything massive, so that works a treat. This bit leaves some tidiness to be desired. Oh, I know. But for now, this does everything I need. Sometimes I'm very good at procrastinating, so I could go around, I could tidy this office once a day, and I'd consider that a job done. It's not a job done. It doesn't make any money. It doesn't make any progress. So I'll give you a quick overview. We've got all sorts of random things. Things for 3D printing, things for camera gear, just ND filters, card readers, you know what I mean? Just bits and bats, energy drinks, because apparently that's essential when you do what I do. And yeah, just to be honest, a bit of junk. So that's that. That is the silliest purchase I've ever made. I spent £180 on that. I spent nearly 200 quid on a printer. Why? I print like nothing, ever. So don't make the mistakes I do. In the previous video, I mentioned about all the things that I've bought that I wish I never bought. Yep, one of them. So, lighting. Neewer. I absolutely love Neewer. That is the FSB 150. No, the FS 150B. On a big old C stand. Because that, well, how else do you hold a massive light up in the air? I'll be honest, same again. I went out, and when I bought this light originally, it was way too big. I'm thinking, I'll get a proper one. No, I had it at home in a tiny office. It didn't fit at all. It looked ridiculous. And thankfully, I now have the space for it. if you're going to buy a light like that, buy a smaller softbox, for God's sake. Even the footprint of the C stand is massive. It's way too big. So yeah, bigger is not better. And these beauties, just a soundboard, just to redirect the sound a little bit, to stop there being the same echoes and noise. These were all made by me, basically. I mean, look, these are just boards of plywood with these panels stuck onto them with like spray glue. So again, nothing fancy. Everything in here, most of it's from IKEA. I don't spend a lot of money on things. The whole desk setup, I'll show you how much room I've got. I like to make sure I've got enough space. So obviously I work down in that corner, but I want to make sure that I've got room for products, for equipment, for lighting and mics, and that's also very useful. Good day. For when you're filming, just so you can check yourself. Sometimes it's so hard to see yourself in this tiny little screen. So I like to just have a mirror. Plus, it has the benefit of being able to be moved. So I can point it right at myself and make sure that when I'm filming, I can see me. And I look like, well, I don't look like a savage or a maniac, but that's hard to avoid sometimes. So yeah, in all honesty, it's a really basic setup. There's not too much going on. It costs me £112 a month. That includes VAT. And then on top of that, I've got to pay for utilities and bills. I've been here since the 1st of May. I think the last 2 or 3, no, it'd be 2 bills. They've both been £12 a month for my electricity. The first month, fair enough, I was decorating and I didn't really use much. But right now, there's a lot of lighting, there's a lot of equipment, there's a lot of batteries being charged, and 3D printers running, so I'm reasonably surprised that it's only 12 quid. Anyways, this is the biggest productivity upgrade I have ever done, and I just feel so fortunate to be here. When I moved in, it looked like this. Right, we're back. Well, nothing's changed yet. Step 1, measure up. Oh, I didn't bring me tape. Anyway, I've come to measure up. I've come to clean up, tidy up, and we're going to put a Murgs banner on here. Like a big Murgs thing on the wall. So I need to measure that first. I'm going to nip back to the car and get my tape measure, and we will continue. And all I did was paint it white. Literally. I just painted the whole room white. I was like, let's neutralise it. It was smoker's white before. It looked like someone had smoked a million cigarettes in a white room. And yeah, but other than that, I just don't need a lot. There's no fancy stuff. Everything here is bought on a budget, and it's just designed for purpose. So if you do need an office, have a look around for little units. The reason the roof on here is so massive, look at that. It's nearly 3 meters. Like, in comparison to the door, there's all that. And it's like, it is massive. And it was a nightmare to paint. I hate painting. But at the same time, it leaves room for more racking. And yeah, you just get what you get. And even the lady said that this room was cheap because nobody wanted it because it doesn't have a window. That is the best thing ever. I don't want a window. If I'm filming and doing things, I want to create my own lighting. Plus, at this time of year, middle of July, it's red hot. So the fact that this room's not red hot because there's no windows, it's not a greenhouse, that's ace. So yeah, just a quick one to show you what you can do with a small budget. You don't have to spend hundreds or thousands or £1 million office. No, for like £100 a month, this is covered. So yeah, it can be done, but it's maybe not as easy as it seems.